Under page 16, Antonio Brown, is he on Zoom? Good morning, Judge. Here. Good morning. My corrections. I don't see him though. And I don't know if you're all able to see him on the screen.
I don't see him yet.
Hi, Mr. Brown. Good morning, sir. You were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant charging you with one count of attempted second-degree murder with a firearm. So your attorney is here.
I don't see him on this.
Video?
I think he should be in the court if possible.
There we go. All right, I see you now, Antonio.
Okay. So, sir, you're charged with pursuant to an arrest warrant here. And the charge is attempted second-degree murder with a firearm. Present is your lawyer. Can you announce, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Eiglarz with the privilege to represent Antonio Brown.
State.
Morning, Your Honor. Kimberly Rivera on behalf of the state.
Good morning.
Judge, may I make an appearance, please?
Who else is here?
Judge, I'm Richard Cooper on behalf of the victim in this matter, Zulkarnain Nantambu.
Okay, Madam Clerk. 1 second. Video, put him on the screen. He's on the screen, but you can't. There you go. Can you see it now?
We can.
Okay, very well. So what's going on? State.
Yes, Your Honor. This is an incident that happened in May.
Mhm.
Your Honor, I'm sure has reviewed the arrest affidavit. I apologize. I'm losing my voice. After this incident occurred, this defendant fled the country to Dubai. The state entered a red notice and then did an extradition packet and had
Okay.
him extradited back.
Okay,
We have since filed a motion for pretrial detention.
okay. Thank you. Mr. Eiglarz.
Yeah, Judge, that is not correct. He didn't flee to Dubai. He has business in Dubai. He's had business in Dubai since 2022. I have documents that evidence an ongoing business in Dubai. And he went there in May before any warrant was issued. In fact, from the scene, police let him leave. He wasn't under arrest at all. And then in June, a warrant was issued. He hired an attorney. He had a falling out with that attorney. He ultimately hired me to arrange a surrender. And prior to that surrendering occurring, he was picked up by law enforcement. He always had the desire.
I mean, I want Antonio Brown to get a bond, but if he get a bond, this shit finna be legendary. Ain't no way after the shooting you went to Dubai, cut your dreads off, stay gone 5 or 6 months, and receive a bond. We might about to witness some legendary shit in this courtroom, y'all, if he get a bond. I want to know who his attorney is.
Desire and intention to answer to these charges. I filed a permanent appearance in this case. This is a bondable offense, and I'd like to be heard on ties and reasons why a reasonable bond is appropriate.
Okay.
Judge, he was supposed to surrender. He did not. He was aware of the charges pending. His reasons for going to Dubai are questioned. He's given multiple different reasons for why he went. And at this time, Judge, we would ask that Your Honor leave it for the division judge and we can do a hearing for pretrial.
The judge who signed the warrant, Judge Rodriguez gave him a bond and roadhouse arrest.
Correct.
So why shouldn't he get a bond?
Judge, if Your Honor is inclined to give him a bond, we are filing the motion for pretrial detention. It has been filed, but if Your Honor is inclined to give him a bond, I would ask Your Honor to elevate the bond a lot higher, considering his flight and his potential to flee again.
That's what I don't understand. What does the money aspect have to do with the bail? I mean, we never get bond money back anyway.
What is the basis for the motion for pretrial detention? Is it a first-degree felony that you're filing?
No, not.
Well, that's what it says here, first-degree felony.
Judge, let me double check because Ms. F assisted this morning with the motion.
Give me a moment. I want to take a look at this warrant.
Judge, an attempted second-degree murder with a firearm is a first-degree felony.
This case is grossly overcharged, Judge, and I can explain why.
They always do that.
Okay, I had a chance.
And Your Honor, at the time of this arrest warrant, we were speaking with representation of Mr. Brown in anticipation of him surrendering himself. So that was why there was some sort of agreement about a bond amount.
Let me also address what we're dealing with in terms of the facts. The alleged victim is a convicted felon. He's a fraudster. He alleged, and you can look in the arrest affidavit, it says possibly grazed by the bullet. Judge, he then went and interviewed, I can play it for you. He says that the scratch on his neck, which he's talking about, actually came from the melee that occurred while he was attacking my client before the shots rang out. So you're dealing with someone who also, by the way, was arrested during the Super Bowl for protesting, and he was resisting violently law enforcement. He's well known. You Google him, you see this.
What does that have to do with the charges? What does the victim's criminal background have to do with these charges against Mr. Brown?
We're alleging that there is a long history between my client and this gentleman where my client
It's no legend. The Nantambu dude been antagonizing Antonio Brown for years. You know sports, then you know that.
was attacked by him
Mhm.
during this incident. It goes back to a time where he was jailed, the alleged victim, for robbing my client. And he spent over 30 days in jail. There's a long history here, Judge. That all becomes relevant when we argue that this was self-defense, every action that he took. But ultimately, we're talking about a case where the legislators believe that a bond is appropriate. I'm asking for a reasonable bond. The state initially thought $10,000 and house arrest level 2 is appropriate. If the court wanted to increase that, again, I think that a standard bond without house arrest so that he can work and support his 7 children with one on the way in June. He's the sole supporter and he's been in jail for 41 days. He can still work from home, but he cannot work from jail. He needs to support his family. This is a defendable case, and I'm here with a permanent appearance on this case.
Thank you. Let me hear from Mr. Cooper. He says the victim's, I guess he's the victim's attorney. Go ahead,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, Judge, good morning. On behalf of Mr. Nantambu, Judge, this is a matter where in the allegation, it is very clear that there is a scuffle. Whoever caused the scuffle, that's irrelevant. What is relevant is that Mr. Brown then leaves, comes back with a firearm, and starts wildly shooting at my client. And by the grace of God, he was not killed. So it was Mr. Brown's intention the entire time to kill this man, to kill my client. And then he not only flees the jurisdiction to a country that he believes is non-extraditable, but he's flaunting it on social media for months. And with the help of the U.S. Marshals, was the only way that he was coming back.
Mr. Cooper.
Your Honor, if I may,
Well,
Yes.
give a rendition, please. The facts of the case are very clear. It's on video. Mr. Brown is the initial aggressor. He punches the victim in the face, and then he and his friends attack the victim. Security has to rip them all apart. The victim walks away. He walks out of the incident, and the defendant chases him down with a gun and shoots at him at point blank range.
that is,
They have a history together, back and forth. There is animosity there.
Mhm.
But at this point, he is on video attacking the victim and chasing him down and shooting at him.
Okay.
Those are the facts of the case.
that is not accurate. Let me just respond. My client left the scene to get to his car, and he feared correctly that the victim would be waiting for him. My client took his gun, not a security person's gun, by the way. The state alleges that there was a security officer who he took his gun. It was my client's own concealed weapons permit that he has where he retrieved his own gun. He pulled it out because he thought he would encounter this man, and he did. And that man, again, showed acts of violence. My client shot twice, not at him, but shot twice so that he can continue on to get to his vehicle. That will all be argued when we have an appropriate time, but this is a defendable case, Judge, and it's bondable.
Thank you. State that one question. Was the victim shot? Was he actually struck by this bullet?
I don't believe so, Judge. I think he thought that he was. He had injuries from being attacked by defendant and two other people. I believe at one point he thought he was. And I would say, Your Honor, that I can't speak to that, but I don't believe so.
Thank you.
Judge, I
Yes.
can play for you.
I don't need to hear that. That's not part of the record now, and that's for trial.
He does say I was scratched on my neck, not by a bullet.
Thank you. Mr. Brown, I am ordering that you stay away from the alleged victim, Zui Kwarnen.
Well, if she ordering that he stay away from the victim, then sound like he finna get a bond. Hey, somebody put this lawyer name in the comments. I ain't catch it when they said it.
Bay Nantambu. No contact with the alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, the alleged victim, his home and school and place of employment at all times. Was this arrest location at a club or a bar?
Judge, he was in Dubai. He was
Where this
It
incident
was in
occurred.
Little Haiti in Miami.
say it at a boxing event, a social media
In Miami.
boxing event.
Do you want him to stay away from this location?
We have no objection to him not
I
returning
don't
to
know
that
the
location.
address, but let me get the address from the warrant.
Man, Antonio Brown don't want to go back to this spot. He don't give a damn about y'all barring him from there. He want to go home.
Is it 221 North 67th Street? So stay away from the location of the business or boxing venue of 221 Northeast 67th Street, Miami, Florida. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else before I rule?
Yeah.
I would just say that if, again, I think a straight bond is appropriate with a stay away. They already have his passport. But if the court is inclined to go along with what the state's recommendation was, which would include house arrest, level 2, I would tell you that he'd be living at his home in Broward, 3600 East Oak Circle. He's owned that home since
Do you
2014.
have any priors?
Judge, I believe he has a withhold out of Broward, nothing expensive.
This looks like an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, together with maybe separate battery. I don't know why it's charged with attempted second degree.
It's
murder.
overcharged, Judge. It
Judge,
is.
A judge found probable cause, so I have to rely on what the other judge
And Your
found.
Honor, if I may be heard, if Your Honor is inclined to grant a monetary bond, I would ask that Your Honor elevate it. This man was a successful NFL player, clearly has the means to flee again. And so I would ask Your
He
Honor.
has 7 children. Are they living in
They
Dubai?
went to, yes, Your Honor,
The whole
they
family's
flew
there?
to Dubai.
They're-
There was a social media post. He flew them out on his birthday and they went out on a private yacht.
They'll
His
be
children were
they'll be
there.
here,
So he could
living
be-
here.
if I may
Please
finish,
don't speak over.
Judge, he has the means to flee again. So I would ask Your Honor, if you're inclined to grant a monetary bond, to please consider that and elevate it substantially.
He had a passport. He no longer has a passport. He'll be living at his home right near my office in Broward County, right near my home, and be working zealously on his
You have
case.
dinner at your home too? See,
don't
you're
think-
vouching for him that he's going to return, so, you know.
Having dinner is he having dinner at your home too? See, I couldn't be a lawyer in some of these situations because I would have cussed her ass out. Antonio Brown would have been mad at me because his ass wouldn't have got no bond.
I look forward to working with him zealously on this case, Judge.
So I will set a bond. I think an increased bond is warranted. I'm going to deny the state's motion for pretrial detention pending final hearing and set a bond. It will be $25,000. I'm also going to do plus house. I don't even know why he needs house arrest, but I understand the state's concern. He's going to.
So
So I'll
don't do
do.
it then, Judge.
Pardon me?
So don't put it. I just offered that as an alternative to, but I don't think he needs house arrest. I'd like him to be able to still continue to earn a living and support his family and be able to liberally come to my office. and-
So I'm going to enter house arrest.
The lawyer arguing that he still need to work and earn a living for his family is diabolical. We talking about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown probably worth a couple hundred million. Working doing what?
Level 3. So he can work, I'm not gonna give him a curfew, he can, at least he'll have the electronic monitor on, so you know he's not a flight risk. They'll know his whereabouts. Don't cut off the monitor, because then you'll face additional charges. And the division judge can always readdress the house arrest component.
That's fine. Judge, thank you.
You have a good lawyer, listen to what he tells you. Most importantly, stay locally in Miami. If you want to travel, you're going to have to seek permission from the court. Your attorney, Mr. Eiglarz, can explain everything to you.
Judge,
Thank you,
on
Mr.
on behalf of Mr.
you.
Brown and his
Thank you,
family,
Judge.
really grateful. Thank you very much.
Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.